Hi guys, welcome back to our country kitchen. So what I'm doing right now is cleaning up my ginger to preserve them, and then I'm going to make two ginger concoction that I keep in the fridge so that we can use for teas. Two inflammation busting concoction. So let's get started with the ginger. I have my bowls here, and what I'm going to do is go through the bags of ginger, and I'm just going to cut off any areas that need to be cut. I'm just going to use my scissors. These are my kitchen scissors. And then I'm just going to break them apart wherever the two pieces are together too tightly, because I want to be able to get in between to wash them. So I'm just catching some water there, and yeah. And turn that off. I am gonna make my concoctions. I have two pots on the stove here. I'm just gonna turn the burners on under the pots so that they can start boiling. And then over here, what I'm gonna do is get some water in the blender. And this ginger I had in storage. So now I am gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna put some in the blender. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pour it into the pot. Now I'm gonna put the rest of the ginger in. Along with some water. However, this time I am adding some turmeric. So ginger and turmeric together are pretty powerful. So I'm making one set with ginger without turmeric and one set with turmeric. Okay, so this blend is going in the other pot. I'm going to cover the pot, but I'm not going to cover it all the way because I don't want it to boil over on the stove. So now it's time to strain this ginger off. Get it out of the water. Check this out. It's a ladybug. Okay, so now I am gonna put them all. Hopefully they can fit in this one Ziploc bag. There we go. They fit. And now I'm gonna put them in the freezer. So last night I peeled some pineapples and I put the pineapples in a bag, put them in the freezer because there is nothing like a piece of frozen pineapple to snack on. We use them for smoothies too. So I'm gonna leave these pots to boil for another 30 to 45 minutes. Oh, the ginger potions have been boiling way longer than I anticipated because I was chatting away with my sister on the phone. So now my next step is to go ahead and strain the fibers from the liquid. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the liquid in the bottles. And I usually do that when it's pretty hot, just so when I cover them, they can get a bit of a seal, although I still keep them in the refrigerator. Now I have some ginger left in this. So what I'm gonna do is pour the turmeric and ginger mixture in the same pot. You can see the difference in the color. Now I'm gonna put the pots back on the stove, and I am gonna put 2 cups of water in this and 4 cups in this and boil them again. Because believe it or not, they won't be as strong as these ones, but the ginger still has some substance left in it, and I'm gonna get some more substance out. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and strain this for the second time around. So this is the second boil. And this is the first boil. Don't look much different, does it? No, I don't throw my fiber out. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this fiber in some muffin tins, and then when they cool, I'll stick them into the freezer to get hard, and then I'll put them in plastic bags. Okay, so this is what they look like when I put them in the little muffin tins. I put them in plastic bags and I use them in my soups and my stews. So it's the day after I made the ginger and the ginger turmeric potions, right? And I have some fibers left here. This is just the plain ginger fiber. And what I'm going to do right now is try to make these into some ginger fiber brittle. I'm going to let it start cooking. And at a certain point, I will add some sugar to it. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, I'm not going to cover it because the intention is for the liquids to evaporate from the ginger fibers. This is all the goodness that I got from boiling the ginger and the ginger turmeric blend. Now this is the ginger and this is the ginger and turmeric. So what I'm going to do right now is put them in my fridge and they will last for a while. Now, if you look at this, you will see it looks a bit sunken, and that is because it has a pretty good seal. So I essentially could leave it outside. I don't have to put them all. When you press them like this, and they don't bounce back, you know that they have a good seal. But I'm not going to leave them outside. I'm going to put them in the fridge. So I'll go ahead and do that right now, guys. This is my Jamaican sorrel drink. I should show you guys how I make Jamaican sorrel, because I noticed that there are a myriad of variation of sorrel making these days. People are putting cloves and cinnamon, and that's not the sorrel I grew up with. So I basically make it how I grew up with it, because I think when you add too much, you take away the authenticity and the taste, right? I'm taking some of these things out because I want to get these towards the back because we're not going to use everything right now. So some of it can actually just go into the back of the fridge. I think this is a little prune juice. Yeah, I'm going to make some rum cake, wedding cake, black cake, whatever you want to call it, sometime later. And I'll show you how I do that too, because I don't put as much eggs or butter or, yeah, sugar in my rum cake, wedding cake, black cake. And so I'll share it to you guys how I do it when I do. Check this out. I have a red label bottle filled with sorrel, and this sorrel is 2 years old. Just need some ginger and some rum in it, and it lasts for a while. Okay. This is ready-made tea right here. I don't have to go with great ginger when I want to get some ginger tea. Yep. Now these bottles I save because I think they're pretty good bottles to reuse. We generally get honey in them and I save them. I clean off the label. Like as I mentioned before, I have another design decor channel. I link it for you so you can check it out. But I have videos. That channel I've had for a while now. I have videos that shows you how to clean the labels off, the best way to get the labels off. And the reason why I started this channel, one of the reasons, is because I'm in the countryside and there is so much that we do and see and experience out here. And the life is a bit different, right? And I wanted to be able to share it without kind of putting all that with the design decor. So that's a more focused channel. This one is my life, our life in the countryside. So, guys, if you have anything that you'd want to learn about country living, just drop it in the comment section and we will respond to it. Now we got to wash this. Okay, so I think we're at a stage where I can put some sugar in. So I'm going to put, I don't know, I bought this as pure cane sugar. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Said to be pure cane sugar. So, okay. And then I have some Red Path brown sugar. I think I'm going to put some of that into. Kind of just using the sugar to bind the fibers together. I think I should get the right thing. Sugar, this sugar is not very sweet at all. Not that I want it very sweet, but I was just tasting to see how sweet it is. Okay, so that's enough of this brown sugar. And if you're from Jamaica or the islands, the Caribbean islands, or maybe even other islands too, I don't know. It's just like making coconut drops or grate cake. Do you know what I noticed? When I put this sugar in, which is said to be the pure cane sugar, it didn't create so much liquid as much as it created when I put this red path brown sugar in. Now it went from being dry to having almost liquid, like I put some type of liquid in there. So I'm stirring it now, but then I'm gonna leave it to continue to dehydrate, or leave it for the water to continue to, or the liquids to continue to evaporate. So yeah, just gotta leave it be, and then I'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna turn the burner off. And now I am just gonna empty the contents of the duchy on my tin sheet, on my parchment paper. I'll just put some water in the duchy and put it back. Put it back on the burner for a bit. And I will go ahead and put the lid on to kind of start cleaning up the pot. Now for this, we are going to flatten it. Now, it's a bit different from coconut drops in that it tends to be more moist. And so even though I let it stay so long on the stove to evaporate most of the liquids, and now I have it on the parchment, it may take a day or two before it really gets hardened. So now I'm done with this step. I'm just gonna put it somewhere safe. And I think I'm just gonna stick it in the oven. Do I want to stick it in the oven? No, I think I'm gonna stick it on top of my cabinet, out of the way, so that it can go ahead and finish drying. There it is. Here we go. So after drying for about 2 days, I used one of these pastry cutters just to cut the ginger fiber into these little squares, semi-squares. And so I went horizontally and then I went vertically, just free-handed, didn't do any type of measuring. So now they are fully dry. They are very dry, guys. What I'm gonna do is put them in this jar. And then instead of using the lid for the jar, I'm going to use a coffee filter. And I'm going to use an elastic band. And doing this, I can still get air passing through, so it's not airtight. So if there's any residue of moisture left, it will just dry out, right? And I'll go put it on the shelf. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos. Please like, share, comment, and do me a favor, hit that subscription button before you leave. And remember to turn on the bell notification icon so you can be notified of new videos. Sending you lots of love and appreciation from the countryside of Ontario, from the Gilchrist residents. You take care now. I'll see you in the next video.